let me introduce the cast. Ethan Brigham is played normally by John Wilson. His stand-in is Eric Wilson. Ethan, in his mid-50s, is the new vice president of a bicycle factory in Springfield. He spends long days and even some weekends on company business and not much time at home. Lillian Brigham is played by Lynn Flotte. Lillian is Ethan's wife who stays at home. She does what women are supposed to do to amuse themselves in 1903. She has her women friends. She has the charitable women's club and puts on a smile. When Ethan is able to break free from the office and comes home for dinner, it's the housekeeper who does the cooking. Pearl Lamar is played by Sue Sias. Pearl is about 30, is a school teacher, an avid reader, and by her own admission, a great judge of character. She has come to the hotel from her Boston home to take the country air. Roger Louis Bonnet is played by Dana Gould. Roger is interested in the arts and has come to the hotel to paint. He puts on a cosmopolitan air and speaks with a French accent. His own family owns a textile mill in Lowell, but he lives in Boston. Drake Mallard is played by Jay Oken. Drake, about 75, is a semi-retired businessman from New York. He spends most of his time sitting in a comfortable chair reading the newspaper. He is here because his wife thought they should come to the country. Ducky Drake, whose given name is Evelyn, is played by Polly Triana. Ducky admits to being about 70, is well educated, loves music, and enjoys people. Will Hubbard is played by Bill Kenyon. Will, about 50, is the hotel concierge. He knows the answer to everything a guest might ask about the hotel, about the town of Charlton, and even the schedule of the Worcester and Southbridge Electric Railroad that stops at the hotel's entrance road. Your narrator is Tim White. We are presenting this as Reader's Theater instead of a stage performance, so the audience can't see what's going on. It's my job to set the scenes and let you know which characters are on the invisible stage in your imagination. The action of the play takes place on the piazza of the Overlook Hotel in the summer of 1903. This is an elegant new resort hotel in Charlton, Massachusetts. The hotel is still there today, though it lacks a second floor and its 50 guest rooms. It is the first building on the right as you come up to the entrance road to the present Overlook. You will see the wide piazza on which the action of the play takes place, and the steps down to the lawn. In the play, we can imagine it as a comfortable open-air meeting place, furnished with wicker chairs, some with small tables between them. Scene 1. Pearl is seated alone in the back, reading. Drake and Ducky are seated together some distance away. Drake is reading his newspaper and watching the guests come and go. Ducky is reading a book. Ethan enters.
Good evening. Good evening. I'm Drake Millard, and this is my wife.
Evelyn, but everyone calls me Ducky.
I'm Ethan Brigham from Springfield. Here's my card. I don't suppose you're in the mood for market for a bicycle, are you? No? Well, I'll keep the card then. Bicycling is great exercise, you know. This is a beautiful hotel, isn't it? I'm here with my wife, Lillian, who's on her way down from the room right now. Oh, here she is. Lillian, here are the Mallards.
Pleased to meet you.
I'm Drake, and this is my wife.
Evelyn, but everyone calls me Ducky.
Let's move to these chairs over here and we can talk more quietly.
Oh, Ethan, this is such a wonderful, wonderful hotel. So modern and up to date. There's an electric light in our room and a telephone as well. The rooms are so nicely furnished. How could we afford this? It must cost $25 a week.
Oh, at least 25, but we can afford it because I'm now the vice president of the bicycle factory. We Brighams are moving up in the world.
What's that commotion over there?
It's a man with an easel, paints, and he's carrying a painting.
And he's wearing a smock and a beret. I wonder.
Hello. I am Roger Bonnet from Boston.
I'm Jake Malott, and this is my wife, Evelyn.
But everyone,
Don't say it.
everybody calls me Ducky.
We're the Brighams, Ethan and Lillian, all the way from Springfield.
Hello, Brighams. Nice to meet you. And who is that young lady reading in the back?
My name is Pearl Lamar from Boston. I like reading and keeping to myself.
Aha, but you may not be able to say though the charms of the continental artiste.
I probably can. What part of the continent did you say you were from?
Paris, of course. But now I am in the continental city of Boston. I am studying the modern impressionist paintings. My favorite is Monet. Ah, the way he paints the light, those haystacks, the water lilies, his landscapes. Magnifique. Ah, but my work is not in his league. I will show you one of my paintings. Just a moment while I run to my room to get with him.
Whoa, he's going to be something to get used to.
I am a very good judge of character. I think he's a phony.
There's something likable about him, Pearl. Haven't figured out what, but there's more to him than bluster.
Oops, he's back already. And look at that painting he's waving around.
This is one of my newest works.
Well, the colors are nice.
I think I like the green meadow with what? Are those yellow flowers?
It must be springtime. The trees are still bare.
And a nice blue sky. I used to have a scarf that color, didn't I, Ethan? And it went so well with my gray suit.
Oh, and the big sun setting behind the meadow? I can almost see a face in it.
Ah, big sun, green meadow, bare trees, a cynism, a new way of seeing. Ah, it is a portrait of my mother.
If I were you, I'd start thinking about my relationship with my mother. Is she a good cook?
Pearl, you have to be nicer. Give this man a chance.
Roger, I'm sorry for that comment. I'm sure she fed you very nice American food.
That is all right, mon ami. An artist must get used to the slings and the arrows. And I would explain Impressionism to you. Your ideas might change. Right now, I must bid you au revoir.
That was amazing. On one hand, his performance was amusing, even if his painting was odd. But I'm not sure he ever saw Paris.
Be kind, young lady.
What do you think we should do on our first vacation day tomorrow?
I'm sure you will find a lot to keep you busy.
Well, why just me? Aren't we here for our 30th anniversary?
Sorry, my dear, but I'm afraid I must get back to Springfield. You'll be here without me, but I'll be thinking of you.
What? After you said this would be our anniversary celebration.
I'm dreadfully sorry, my love. My new position in the company demands my attention.
Jilted again by the bicycle factory. You seem to love it more than you love me.
I'm doing all this work for us, for you, and one day we'll retire together. Well, I've got to get some papers ready. I'll see you at lunch, and we'll have dinner together tonight. But I must leave on the 10 o'clock train tomorrow morning. I plan to return towards the end of next week.
What can be wrong with me to keep Ethan from spending any time with me? What have I done? Oh, this is ridiculous.
Scene 2. On the piazza, early the next afternoon. Drake and Ducky are in their accustomed seats. Pearl sits with Lillian.
Dear Lillian, what can I do to help?
Help! Ethan left this morning on the train and won't be back for almost 2 weeks. How can you do anything to save my marriage? I hardly know you, and you don't know Ethan.
I've listened to Ethan and I know a lot about men. They have kept the upper hand over us women too long. That's why I joined the National Women's Party, women banding together to get equal rights. President Roosevelt is in favor, and our organization is pushing to get it into law. Men have complete control over us, and we have nearly none. But those days are soon to be over.
You wish. Those are the pipe dreams of a spinster school teacher. You can't possibly know what marriage is like.
Spinster? I'm not that old or that dead yet. I read a lot of books.
You think that what you've learned from reading romance novels makes you an expert?
Romance novels. Sometimes, but I read other things to improve my mind. I teach school. I have already become a great judge of character. And speaking of characters, here's Roger again.
Good afternoon, ladies. Another beautiful day. Oh, they are tears. It is not such a good afternoon.
You probably wouldn't understand how Lillian is suffering. Her husband has upset her greatly.
Not understand? Ha! We French invented life, and we know everything. What is the problem?
Her husband has left this beautiful hotel and abandoned her. He went back home to Springfield on their anniversary, too. Told her he had important work at his factory. What can that mean?
Ha! He has found a lover.
No! He just went back home because he has business to do.
Well, that's what they all say. Has he been spending time at the office nights and weekends?
Yes, but do you suppose?
That he has a lover?
Practically guaranteed. I'm sorry to have to say it, but right now I have to get to my paintings. Well, the light is so nice.
I can't believe it.
You have to realize that you're going to have to set up a new life for yourself.
Oh, how could I? I have no money of my own, and I'm too old to train for teaching or nursing.
Well, maybe you have enough experience to be a midwife, but then there isn't much money in it either. How about sewing? You could be a dressmaker.
No. To those jobs too. What else is there?
The only thing left is to be a domestic. You could cook or be a servant in some rich man's house. You might even get to be a nanny.
A nanny? You are impossible. Leave me alone. I have to go out and get some fresh air. I have to think about this. I'm going for a walk.
Do you want me to walk with you?
No. Leave me alone.
We will be here if you should need us. I'm going to read for a while.
I wonder what the guests find to do around this place.
Besides air their dirty linen in public, you mean? This should be a nice, quiet place. He must have some activities for us.
Yeah, I saw in the hotel's brochure that there is a golf course, tennis courts, a small pond for fishing, and many acres for shooting. I haven't seen those.
Oh, who's that coming up behind us?
Hi, I'm Will Hubbard, your concierge. I didn't mean to startle you. I overheard you talking about the hotel. We've just opened, and I'm sorry to say that some of the amenities aren't quite ready yet. The first thing folks from the city seem to notice is our fresh country air. And we got plenty of that.
I've been breathing ever since I got here, and so has my wife.
You've seen the tower.
Couldn't miss it.
It's our water tower. And there's a stairway inside to the observation deck. On a clear day, you can see 5 states from there.
Is there any entertainment?
Our 50 guest rooms are almost all taken this week, so you'll probably meet a few of the guests. They come from all over New England and beyond. Some like there's always a game, cards going on. We have a billiard room, a card room, and a parlor where guests can meet and talk.
We should be able to find something to keep us busy.
I should also tell you that the dining room has been recognized by the press as superb both in decor and food. Our chef seems to outdo himself every dinner. And nearly every evening we have an absolutely wonderful sunset. You'll have a front row seat here from the piazza.
I just had my lunch. Will I have to wait a while for the sunset?
I'll be sure to remind you 10 minutes before it starts.
You're a clever man, Will.
Do you like to walk? We've some lovely weather this week.
We like to get out for a stroll. What will we see if we take a right at the end of the driveway?
You'll go through the center of our pretty little town. There's a post office, church, and a store.
And if we go beyond?
You're in the country. You'll see barns, grass, cows.
And if we go left at the end of the drive?
Well, you'll be in the country even more quickly. You see more grass and more cows. We're a farming community. They say the town has more cows than people.
I'm glad we're here to tip the balance toward the human population.
He certainly is a nice host. And you're back with your nose in the newspaper again.
Ducky, it says here that the Apache chief Geronimo has converted to religion. It says that he's an enthusiastic worshiper. Know what church he joined? Methodist.
What's the commotion? Who is? It's Roger. He's running in and he's all excited.
Lillian needs help. She's on the grass beside the tower and passed out. She came to and I spoke to her, but we need to help to bring her back here. Take her some water. Go now. I'll get Will to find the doctor.
Scene 3 takes place on the piazza about a half an hour after the last scene. As all of the guests huddle around Lillian, Pearl calms her down with a cloth to her forehead. Lillian does not appear to be seriously hurt, just confused.
Fortunately, the doctor didn't find anything wrong, Lillian, but you've had a good scare. Do you feel like having a little something to eat?
He said a tonic he gave me will calm down my nerves. But a cup of tea might help.
Would someone please get Lillian a cup of tea?
I'll go.
What happened to me?
Well, Roger found you down by the tower, passed out. He spoke to you, and when you stirred, he went for help. Some of the men helped carry you to the piazza, and we got the doctor.
I was so upset about Ethan leaving me. What am I going to do here for almost 2 weeks without a husband?
You have me as a friend, and Ducky too. You have some thinking to do, but today you will just rest. If you feel up to it, we can meet in the dining room for dinner. I'll be sitting over here reading if you should need me.
There you are, Lillian. Some calming chamomile tea. Ducky, do you want to take a little walk?
I didn't think you'd ever ask. I could stand a little exercise. And I haven't seen a cow in years. We'll leave you now, and it's likely we'll meet you at dinner.
Pearl, come over here so we can talk. I think we have a problem. It seems that when we tried to reach Lillian's husband, his office said he hadn't been there, but he was on vacation.
Oh, that's terrible.
What's terrible?
Come on, we've got to tell her.
Oh, I've had enough trouble today. What happened?
Maybe you should have another dose of that nerve tonic, Lillian. We tried to call your husband. The company said he was on vacation and hadn't been there since last Friday.
And there's something else as well. We called your home in Springfield, and the line has been disconnected.
Oh, Pearl, you may be right. There has to be another woman. He's left me. I can't stand it anymore.
Be strong, Lillian. You're a liberated woman now. Try to rest. Will you be all right here, or would you like me to take you to your room?
I think I can do all right here with my tea.
Okay.
I can go and talk with Ducky if I want to, if I get lonesome.
Pearl, let's sit in one of these comfortable chairs. I have a few things I want to tell you. It seems good to relax for a few moments. Are all the country hotels awash in melodrama? It hasn't been all that relaxing for me. How about you?
Something like a dime novel, Roger. I have noticed that you've lost your French accent. Why were you posing as the artiste?
It was fake, as you realized quickly. I enjoy a little acting and thought I might try it on the people here who don't know me. Otherwise, I'm a bit of a failure.
Well, when you found Lillian unconscious by the tower, you did the right thing. You took charge. You're better than you think you are, and I'm beginning to like you.
But I don't have a career.
I have a career, but not what I'd like to do. Because I'm a woman, my choices in life are to get married, to be a school teacher, or be a nurse. I think I'm a little too independent to marry, and I can't stand blood. So nursing was out. So I became one of the legion of school teachers and almost old enough to be an old maid.
And what did you really want to do?
I wanted to be a writer, but I did something about it. I started writing.
Have you been published?
I have written 3 stories for children in the Happy Rabbit series. I'm working on another.
You don't say. I've read those stories to my brother's children. They love them.
My publisher said I had to take a pen name, Parker Lamar. They said they wanted more of a masculine name to help the sales.
Are the Happy Rabbits making you rich?
Well, they're selling well enough that I can afford to have a little vacation here, but I don't know if I'll ever be able to give up my teaching job.
Well, I had ideas for a career too, but Mama wouldn't hear of it. There was no way I could object when she decided I was to go to Harvard. My father had died years before, and Mama rules the roost. So I went to Harvard. I did well in college, which pleased Mama. Then I graduated, came home, and joined the family business.
So you're managing the family business now?
No, I tried hard. Worked with my brother for a year or so. He's a better manager than I am. We both could see that my career at the mill wasn't working out. Even Mama finally realized and told me to find a job somewhere else.
She threw you out?
Not quite. I'm still part of the family, even though I live in Boston now.
So, what did you want to do?
I wanted to be an actor.
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I saw your painting, and though you were, I thought you were a very poor painter. So why didn't you become an actor? You did a great impression of that French artiste, and stayed in character until you found Lillian passed out by the tower. Then you came out of character really fast. You took charge of the situation well, so I like you better as you. Did you act in school plays?
I was in 3rd or 4th grade when the teacher chose me to be a Christmas play. I was going to be one of the elves. On the day of the show, the boy who was going to play Santa got sick, so I was promoted to the lead part. I think it was probably because I was the only elf big enough to fit in the Santa costume, but I learned my lines quickly. They laughed at my funny Santa act, and when I heard the applause, it was a joy I'll never forget. From then on, I loved performing. I was in the drama clubs in high school and college, and often had the lead role. But Mama didn't think it was an activity for a little boy would take such an interest in. She said, "You know about actors. They're low class and live in cheap boarding houses, and probably flit from room to room at night. I don't want you to be that."
What do you do for a living?
I work in an art gallery, but Mama gives me an allowance. I also have an inheritance from my father.
You won't end up in a cheap boarding house with that income. I think that if you want to be an actor, you should try to be one. When you get back to Boston, join an acting class.
But,
Take part in some amateur productions.
but,
Faint heart never won fair maid.
Mama has always been so particular about the ladies I am friendly with. What's getting a girlfriend have to do with it?
Nothing. It's an expression, silly. You know it means that if you don't try, you'll never get what you want. When you get serious about being an actor, I want you to keep me posted. Send me a ticket to a play you're in.
You'll give me your address?
Oh, of course I will. Didn't I tell you I lived in Boston too? What now, Lillian? Have you heard from Ethan?
No. When he left, he said he was coming back at the end of the week.
You won't be alone. You'll have me to lean on, and Ducky too.
Of course we're here for you.
For a whole week and a half?
Absolutely.
Scene 4. A week and a half has gone by, with Ethan due to return. Many of the guests are on the piazza sipping coffee and enjoying the fine morning. Lillian has not yet joined them. Drake and Ducky are in their usual chairs, while Roger and Pearl wait at the piazza rail.
Roger, I heard that Ethan called late yesterday afternoon and told the concierge that he's coming in on the 9:30 train this morning. Will said he let Lillian know.
I don't see Lillian here waiting.
Can you blame her? Lillian held up rather well while I was gone, thank goodness for Ducky's help. She told me she doesn't know how Lillian's going to react to him.
The story is all around the hotel. I'm surprised that more people aren't here.
I've been talking to Lillian every day, and I think she's gotten stronger. She better not be the all-forgiving silent wife and take him back instantly.
We will find out soon enough. I think I see somebody on a bicycle coming up the driveway.
Oh, let's sit down and pretend we're just enjoying the morning together.
Look, he's coming alone on a tandem bike.
Good morning. Good morning. Isn't anybody talking to me around here?
No, not after what you've done.
What have I done? I had business to do in Springfield. Now I'm here to spend a couple of days with my wife. Then I'll take her back to Springfield. Where is she?
She's here, but can't come out right now.
Until she does arrive, what can I do to prove that I'm not an ogre? Can I offer someone a ride on the bicycle? A bicycle built for two?
I'll take a ride.
Well, you're already in your bicycling outfit. Which seat will you take?
I didn't think a man would give me a choice. I want to be in the front.
Oh, you must be an experienced rider. Do you have a wheel of your own?
I ride often. Do you know who Susan B. Anthony is?
Wasn't she one of those agitators for women's rights? Do you ride with her?
That's her, but she's 83 years old now, so we don't go out riding much anymore. I do admire her work for women. She thinks that the bicycle has done more to emancipate women than anything else. Gives us women a feeling of freedom and self-reliance. She said that when she sees a woman ride by on a wheel, she sees the picture of free, untrammeled womanhood. I totally agree. Are you ready to ride with me? I know what you did.
What did I do?
If you don't know, you'll have to figure it out yourself. Hang on.
Here they go. She's driving pretty fast. I wonder if he knows what he's in for.
Where are they now?
Up that way, behind the trees. See them turning back past us?
Are bicycles supposed to bounce that much? He's hanging on for dear life.
Now they're going down to the main road. That boy's got himself on one of those bucking bunkaroos.
And there's one smart cowgirl in charge. Whoopee!
Don't look now, but Lillian just arrived.
Just in time. Here's the bicycle with Pearl pedaling, and she's alone.
Where's Ethan? Where's my husband?
Sorry, Lillian, but he had a little accident.
Shouldn't we go and help him?
Stay here, Roger. He'll be all right. He'll be back soon.
Pearl, what did you do to him?
No more than he deserves. Look what he did to Lillian.
I hope you haven't jumped to conclusions. I'd like to hear his side of the story.
Just like a man.
It wasn't long ago you said you were a good judge of character, and you liked me. If you've misjudged him, where does that put me?
I'm not wrong about you, except that you think like a man. Oh, here he comes.
Pearl, you tried to kill me. You dumped me off the bicycle and I hit my knee on a rock and landed right near a cow flat.
I hope it was a fresh one. You deserve the best because of what you did to your wife.
Pearl, what did I do to my wife?
Ethan, what you did to me was to disappear. I had an accident here and
An accident? What happened?
one afternoon, Roger found me on the ground next to the tower.
You didn't fall from the tower, did you?
I had apparently passed out when I was walking. I was so upset thinking about you. I came to when Roger spoke to me. They brought me to the hotel and called for the doctor. He checked me out and said I didn't have any broken bones or anything. He gave me some tonic to calm me down. And I feel a lot better.
We tried to reach you at the office, and you weren't there. They said you were on vacation. Your home telephone had been disconnected. What's going on?
Oh, I would be a nervous wreck if I didn't have Pearl and Ducky to look after me and help me find a way to live as a single woman.
Ethan, we all know what a rotter you are. Everybody here knows it. You apparently don't realize what a lovely wife you have.
Wait a minute. I am here now and I know she's a lovely wife. I came back to relax a day or so with her, and then both of us will go home.
You going to bring her home on a bicycle or drag her home like a caveman?
If you busybodies must know, I came here on the train. I rode a bicycle from the station. It's one of our newest models. They brought me my luggage to the hotel.
I'm not so sure I'm coming home with you. I think it's time to assert myself. I've been a wife all these years and I haven't had a chance to be me. Our son is married and lives with his family in Kansas City. We send letters all the time, but I only saw my grandchildren once. They might as well live on the moon. I can't stand the clubs I belong to. They're all old ladies and as bored as I am. Because you're a slave to the company you work for, I have to spend too much time alone. Ethan, can't you spend a couple of evenings a week at home? Can't you ever take a vacation? You must be so tired of me that you have to go off and have a fling. Is it your first fling? Who is this woman you've been seeing?
Woman? Woman? Who might have given you that idea?
Don't glare at me like that. I am a great judge of character, and I saw your flaw and the shiftiness in your eyes the first time I met you.
Pearl, you'd better back off.
Pearl, there is no woman. You've been reading too many romance novels. Lillian, I wanted to keep this a secret and announce it after dinner.
See? There is a dirty secret.
Oh, Pearl, please, give the condemned a chance to redeem himself. First of all, I wasn't at work. That was true. I gave them instructions how to answer if you called the office, but the person who answered wasn't aware of them. But I had a good reason. I was very busy with a 30th anniversary present for my wife. Lillian, now that I'm vice president of the bicycle factory, we have more income and we can move to a better home. You remember that place on Forest Street across from the park you always said was so nice?
Oh yes, the one with the green turret and the fence with the rose bushes. I always loved that house.
The very one. Well, it's ours, yours now. I've had our furniture moved in. I'll get help when you're ready to arrange it the way you want it. When we go back to Springfield, we move into the house that you love.
Oh, Ethan, you're such a wonderful man.
I think it's time for your apology, Pearl.
Ethan, I think I must have a word with you. I was so upset when you left Lillian here by herself. She thought you would be spending time here with her. It was your wedding anniversary, for goodness sakes. Then we couldn't reach you after her accident. When I put two and two together, it seemed obvious to all of us, well, to me, that something fishy was going on. I wanted Lillian to be aware of what was coming. She needed to start having a life.
She has a life in Springfield. Where else would she live?
In this day and age, a married woman has little opportunity for divorce, so I guess her only hope is to turn you into the husband of her dreams.
I thought I was the man of her dreams already. But you may be talking sense, Pearl, and I accept your apology. I hope you learned your lesson and won't be so quick to judge again.
And Ethan, I hope you learned a lesson too, and give me some consideration for a change. I've been hinting for years that I would like to go to Kansas City and see our son and his wonderful family.
Really? I didn't realize you wanted to do that, and it's a long way from Springfield.
Man of my dreams, have you considered asking me? Think about it.
I will, and I'll try to be a better husband. Oh, right now I think somebody should take a look at this knee. I hope I'll be able to hobble down for dinner.
Let's find Will and have him send for the doctor.
And of course, we could have dinner sent to our room and have a little private affair.
You've saved a marriage, and you almost wrecked it.
You're not going to embarrass me by saying I told you so.
I don't need to. You just said it yourself.
Roger, I hope we can continue our relationship even after all this mess. Would you still see me in Boston, even if I spent time working for women's rights?
Of course. You can be a suffragette if you like, as long as you're struggling with a young actor like me.
Just don't bring that French artiste character back.
No, I'm working on a Middle Eastern camel merchant. You really adore that little camel.
Oh, you...
Ow! You hit me on the arm.
Well, then I can make it better while we take a little walk together.
I guess everybody's patched up their problems and left us all alone, Ducky. Ducky, they couldn't have done it without your help.
Thank you, kind sir.
Don't mention it. I've been giving a little thought to next year's vacation, Ducky. What do you say we go to the St. Louis World's Fair?
Even with the crowds, I bet it will be a lot more restful than our stay at the Overlook has been.